The Office News reports. Before we start the news, the Office News admin thanks all the viewers who have supported the Office News. Okay, let's start the news. Inside Melissa Caddick's vault, never-before-seen photos reveal the lavish items the fraudster kept inside her $15 million mansion and her frantic text messages, before she vanished and her foot washed up on a beach. Never-before-seen photos have unveiled the treasure trove of luxury items Melissa Caddick kept at her Sydney mansion and her telling text messages before she mysteriously vanished and her decomposing foot washed up on a beach. A huge haul of flashy possessions once belonging to the fraudster will go under the hammer after a court ordered her assets were to be sold to pay back investors, including friends and family members who were fleeced by her Ponzi scheme. Hundreds of photos were on Tuesday released showing what was stashed inside Caddick's closets and drawers when Australian Federal Police and ASIC investigators raided her Dover Heights mansion in Sydney's east in November 2020. The fraudster mysteriously vanished hours after the day-long raid. This week marks 2 years since the mysterious disappearance of Sydney conwoman Melissa Caddick, pictured with husband Anthony Coletti. Her possessions will be up for auction in the coming weeks, ranging from designer label clothing, shoes, handbags and watches to scarves and jewelry worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Previously unseen photos taken by investigators during the raid include Chanel cardigans and ball gowns, a Christian Dior bomber jacket, a green fur coat, boxes of Louboutin shoes, drawers of Hermes and Louis Vuitton and scarves and designer perfume bottles. Caddick's expensive taste extended to accessories including Longines, Louis Vuitton, Tag Heuer, Gucci, Christian Dior watches and several designer handbags and wallets. Photos also emerged of Caddick's tax files, a drawer of things to do for Malaver Thai Limited containing paperwork, while a drawer labeled Melissa Caddick Things to Do was empty. There were even photos of copies of a financial magazine starring Caddick on the front cover and screenshots of text messages from her phone. Caddick purported to be investing her victims' wealth but instead set up fake ComSec trading accounts and forged documents to claim she was generating profits through capital growth and shares. We will take all necessary measures to provide you updates. It would not be appropriate for us to call ComSec together, Caddick texted one of her contacts. The contact responded, "Okay, thanks. I will call and see if they can provide me with any information, and if they do, I will let you know." A separate message read, "Check out this 2016 Audi R8 Auto Quattro MY17. Among the first items to be sold will be Caddick's art collection, including Archibald Prize winner John Olsen's Giraffes and Wet Season painting, which is estimated to sell for anywhere from $25,000 up to $35,000, according to Shapiro auction website. Shapiro will then sell off Caddick's designer wardrobe, including dozens of handbags, frocks, coats and ball gowns, on December 5 to 6. Another auction house, Smith & Singer, will also sell off some of Caddick's jewelry next month, including custom-made diamond, sapphire and emerald necklaces worth up to $500,000. "I just hope they get as much money for her victims as they can," a former associate told Sydney Morning Herald. This Saturday marks 2 years since Caddick, 49, vanished without a trace on November 12, 2020 after she fleeced $30 million from investors. Her severed foot inside an ASICS sneaker washed up on Bournda Beach 500 kilometers south of Sydney 3 months later. Caddick's 5-bedroom mansion, worth an estimated $15 million, recently sold for an undisclosed sum after expressions of interest into the property closed several days early. Receivers won't disclose the price until after the property has settled. Astonishing footage has emerged of a dazed Melissa Caddick being questioned over $2 million worth of jewelry during a raid on her house just prior to her disappearance. The video, shown at the inquest into her disappearance, shows the notorious fraudster Caddick under intense pressure as investigators hone in on her designer jewelry collection on November 11, 2020. Caddick, now Australia's most notorious fraudster, vanished the next day. The video was released as part of the ongoing inquest and comes as court-appointed receivers attempt to claw back more than $23 million owed to her former clients. Caddick lived a luxury lifestyle before her world came crashing down with the raid by the AFP and ASIC at her Dover Heights home. She wore designer clothes and ultra-expensive bling, collected fine art and took lavish overseas skiing holidays with husband Anthony Coletti. The AFP video shows the tense atmosphere inside the eastern suburbs during the life-changing raid, which began with a 6:30 a.m. door knock. "Ms. Caddick, are there any particularly high-value items just in terms of our safe storage?" an investigator asks her. "We intend to seize the majority of what you've just been taken through." "I'd say they're all high value," she eventually responds. "What would you consider high value?" he asks. "Well, the necklaces are $80,000 to $100,000. She was believed to be referring to 2 oversized Stefano Conturi necklaces that she kept locked in a safe. "Is there anything more expensive than those?" he asks. She quickly checks over the jewelry laid out before replying, "No." Over a 14-hour period, a large team of investigators wearing protective gloves questioned Caddick as they meticulously cataloged, bagged, labeled and removed all items of value from the home. They seized her jewelry and fine art collection, designer clothing and other possessions, filling dozens of boxes and wrapping many items in plastic for removal. They also found thousands of dollars in foreign currency, which shown being counted in the clip. Caddick claimed in a 7 News Spotlight interview that Caddick was surrounded and trapped in her office by ASIC and AFP investigators who wouldn't allow him inside. The jewelry alone is worth more than $2 million, according to Mr. Caddick. Mr. Caddick said everything the investigators took was all sentimental and all high value. He said she loved her jewelry but claimed she loved people more. Caddick is believed to have defrauded 72 clients, many of them family members and close friends, out of at least $23 million in a long-running and carefully hidden Ponzi scheme. Receivers plan to auction before Christmas as they try to recoup millions for the out-of-pocket investors. The clip shows several ASIC and AFP staff carrying them down the stairs and out of the house after dark to complete Caddick's humiliation. Caddick claimed he didn't ask her any questions after the investigators left and she went straight to sleep. She vanished the next morning, with Caddick later telling authorities he believed she had gone out for her regular run. She has never been seen since. Incredibly, her severed foot was found washed up in an ASIC's running show 3 months later on a New South Wales beach, 400 kilometers south of her eastern suburb Sydney home. Caddick's home, which she bought for $6.2 million and is now believed to be worth up to $15 million, is expected to be sold to help repay defrauded investors. That's all we can say. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if this video is interesting for viewers.